Our road to success is always under construction. Lathrop Elementary has had its share of challenges in the past, but for now, we are looking to the future. Last year, Manteca Unified spent over $30 million on technology and creating access and opportunity for all of our students to prepare them for the 21st century. This year, we will be going through a $14.6 million modernization project to help redesign our school, which was initially built in 1952, and then remodeled and added to over the years. What a difference it'll make for our 875 students, staff, and guests who represent our pre-K through 8th grade population, where 82% of our school community is socioeconomically disadvantaged, 42% of our students are English learners, and 76% of them are of Hispanic origin. We pride ourselves on who we are and the detours each road may have to take us.
We are warriors, ultimate warriors!
Together, we're building success one gear at a time. Within our single plan for student achievement, we have connected our focus for 2015 to 2018 to the 3 goals established through data reflective of improving student achievement. We've taken input from students, staff, and parents, and will again in January of 2016, as required by local control funding and Title I requirements. Our share of the $30 million Going Digital initiative is almost $1.7 million. Add that to the budget of LCAP and Title I funds, and we have a grand total of $2,010,991 investment in our students. Throughout this presentation, you'll get a glimpse of what Lathrop Elementary is doing for our school community. We will highlight our English learner program, our interventions, staff collaboration, professional development, and of course, the progress we're making with the integration of technology for both students and staff. Here you go. We have joined the district's move to be future ready, and we have our tools, resources, and supports to implement a personalized, safe, and positive learning environment where everyone has the opportunity to own their success with the skills necessary for our college and careers of the 21st century. What does it mean to be future ready? According to futurereadyschools.org, it's an effort that comes at a critical time as districts embrace college and career readiness as the goal for all students and recognize the potential digital tools to help teachers personalize learning for each student. Manteca Unified has this in place, and as a result, it has also made our school more equitable with others much newer than Lathrop. We've created a blueprint for our success. As a school site leader in Manteca Unified, I want to embrace our commitment to the changes we're facing in education. Last year, after our DART, Data Analysis Review, I sat down with our leadership team and set out to focus our school on 10 goals, of which was way too many all at once. So over the summer, those 10 became 4. 1 on CCSS Math, 1 on ELA, ELD, 1 on continuous improvement, and 1 that has 3 areas of need: our response to intervention in wellness, behavior, and academics, which directly related to our single plan for student achievement and our district's vision of a world-class education. Let's now take a look at what Lathrop has been working on. Before we can challenge and intervene with academics, we first need to set expectations for behavior.
Hi, my name is Denise Buskey. I'm the Vice Principal here at Lathrop Elementary School. I started last year during the 14-15 school year. Here at Lathrop Elementary, we focus on school-wide positive behavior, intervention, and support. The program rolled out in the 2012-2013 school year. The program was officially fully implemented in the 2013-2014 school year. If you notice on the graphs, behavior incidents were definitely decreased during the 2013-2014 school year. Last year, we lessened our focus on PBIS due to other demands. Data shows that in order for positive behaviors to occur, PBIS needs to remain a consistent focus. We started this school year much stronger. Not perfect, but stronger, and you can see that behavior incidents are dramatically decreased. Absences and tardies need to be a focus in order for the optimal student learning to occur. Last year, there was a big focus on getting to school on time. This can be noted as effective by looking at the bar graphs. Absences are not noted as decreasing, even though we did put incentives into place with the success starts with our attendance posters in each of our classrooms. This will need to be an increasing focus this year.
Now that our school climate has been addressed, let's not forget that we're also participating in the Alliance for a Healthier Generation, which includes staff and student activities, but let's save that for another time. My personal mission for Lathrop is to create an environment where staff and students can and will take ownership for their teaching and learning. I termed it instructional ownership. Much of this vision is directly related to what is expected of us as professionals. When I asked what it meant, here's what was said.
Instructional ownership means our ability as teachers to create and design engaging lessons that allow freedom for the students and teachers to problem solve together with positive instructional outcomes, allowing students to apply their learning in the real world.
We predict that instructional ownership means creating valuable instruction and taking responsibility and making it our own.
Taking responsibility for student learning to meet the needs of different learning styles. Using everything, strategies, technology, etc., to get the job done, whether you feel comfortable or not.
Taking responsibility for the implementation of the instructional program. Own it.
Instructional ownership is taking the curriculum, making it your own, personalizing it to fit your style, and meeting the needs of your students.
Teachers should believe and take pride in the way they give instruction. Students should own the information and take responsibility for learning.
Within that accountable community, we now have where our future-ready 3 gears come in and help propel us down the road to success. The 3 gears being focused on this year in Manteca Unified are the use of time, curriculum instruction and assessment, and professional learning. Within the 3 gears, our Future Ready leadership team completed an initial assessment of where we currently are and found that there are 4 areas for us to focus on at this time. Staff was asked to also complete a pre-assessment on FormSite of where individually they are and how they're working towards achieving these goals. Most felt that technology was used at least 50 to 69% of the time to substitute those activities that otherwise would have been done the same way prior, where access to technology was not available. Our goal set by Manteca Unified is to reach 80% on the SAMR model by May of 2016. We will do it. As we measure our progress with Gear 1 goal, walk through SAMR, based data against what was said on the pre-assessment, 60% was observed to be substitution, while augmentation and modification were seen 20% of the time. When looking at observations of overall success for our teachers taking ownership, walkthroughs have shown a 19% gain in technology for teacher activities and a 37% gain in student activities. Our goal is that 50% or greater of class time be technology-based, with 80% used for substitution on the SAMR model, increasing over the next 4 years. It'd be great to go paperless, but my belief is that we must keep a balance of practices until society has adapted. Instructional practices are showing consistency overall, with limited change in our teaching models. Our goal is to observe 70% or higher in responses for each of the 8 categories, 2 of which need significant growth and 3 with minimal growth. Here's some examples of what we're implementing in the classroom to shift teaching and learning towards the instructional practices of the 21st century.
This was reported in the news January 8, 2015 on Thursday. So this is where the drought is right now in California, which is in Long Beach. So probably in 2016, it might be a little bit better.
Hi, my name is Juliana Sandoval. I'm in 5th grade and Mr. Jones is getting us future ready. We created a PowerPoint presentation about rainfall and drought in California. We presented our PowerPoints to our classmates. This is getting us future ready because we have presentations in high school and college to further our education. My goal is to be a teacher, and I know we will be doing presentations. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
The 5th graders taught all the 4th graders about the drought of California. It was fun to watch all the 5th graders.
Hi, my name is Heaven Gonzalez. I'm the president of the student leadership at Lathrop Elementary School. Mr. Heck is really adamant about incorporating STEM into his classroom. We started the year off engineering rockets out of recycled materials.
This project was very hands-on. The experience of watching my creation soar through the sky was beyond words.
Hi, my name is Jordan Denning and I'm in the 8th grade. This was a very fun project. Mr. Heck taught us how energy is released and not destroyed. We also took the angle of the highest point. My rocket went over 100 feet. I really appreciated the fact Mr. Heck went over the safety before the experiment.
During our lessons on force and Newton's laws of motion, our students actually got to learn how to apply those laws through a hands-on team-based project where they built bottle rockets. They also learned about the engineering process, which involves 6 steps. They defined the problem: how do I put a rocket together and get a parachute to work? They researched using their tablets. Then they began a design phase, which took us a while because I had them draw 6 prototypes and really talk through what they wanted to do, how they wanted to do that. Then we went into building the prototype phase, which was the first rocket, and then the test phase, which you're seeing right now, which was a whole lot of fun. Some of the rockets actually didn't get off the ground, so we went into a redesign phase where we went ahead and went back to the drawing board and designed a rocket that would launch, and that was a lot of fun. The cool thing too is I had some students that were really on fire for it, and they put a GoPro camera in one of the rockets, and so you'll be able to see that, which was really, really exciting.
Last year was the first year for Smarta Balance for the 3rd through 8th grade. Lathrop performed below the district average in all grade levels in language arts and math. Some of the high points to note, though, are in 3rd grade language arts, we scored above the district's average in listening and writing. In math, we scored above the district average in communications and reasoning. In 4th grade language arts, we scored above the district average in writing. In math, we were equal with the district average in communications and reasoning. In 6th grade language arts, we scored above the district average in research and inquiry. In math, we scored above the district average in communications and reasoning, problem solving, modeling, and data analysis. Some additional high points occur with our RFEP students. 20% of our 4th grade RFEP students exceeded the standards in language arts. 6% of our 6th grade, 3% of our 2nd grade, and 5% of our 8th grade RFEP students also exceeded the standard. 6% of our 7th grade RFEP students exceeded the standard in math. 5% of our 8th grade students did as well. Teachers will be digging further into the data throughout the year to familiarize themselves with areas of successes and weaknesses.
Assessment observation has shown an increase overall of 13%, with higher rates of observation in the area of rubric use and self-repair assessment. As instruction continues to be focused on lessons based on the Common Core standards, we aim to meet the percentage of assessment increase to drive the instruction.
Hi, I am Tanya Despain. I'm the program coordinator here at Lathrop Elementary School. I work primarily with the interventions and after-school tutorials. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our team time. It's unique to Lathrop Elementary School. Our team time is a pull-out intervention in which our students are pulled out from anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes a day. We work with a group of students from Read 180, System 44, our RSP students are integrated in, and our general ed students as well. We look at a set of assessments. We look at 1st grade, we look at Core Phonics Screener. We look at the first 100 high frequency words, and we use the Dibbles fluency passages. We do the same for 2nd grade, only we use the 1st and 2nd grade or second 100 high frequency list. For 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades, we look at the Dibbles fluency passages and we use their SRI scores to screen for students who need these interventions. Our team consists of our Read 180 teacher, Mrs. Mulry, our intervention teacher, Mrs. Dutra, our RSP teachers, Mrs. Finke and Mr. Ron Covert, and we use their aides as well as our bilingual aides to help support the groups. During team time, our teachers work in groups that are 1-to-5 ratio. During that time, they use such programs as Read 180, System 44, Corrective Reading, Open Court, Read Naturally, and many other supplemental programs as needed.
My name is Jocelyn, I'm in 2nd grade. I like when Miss Laura helps me read chapter books. I love learning new stuff.
ELD strategies are also being observed 37% of the time, same as prior walkthrough data, showing a need for further instructional adaptations throughout the integrated ELD. Last year's goal was to have our English Language Arts, PLC, do a focused walkthrough. This next trimester, that walkthrough is planned for action. In reviewing our CELT data, you can see similar results as last year during our DART presentation. English learners are still in a bubble of intermediate with an average of 20 students per year at the beginning level. Numbers are decreasing in the early intermediate level, a pattern we expect to see over time, but with the early advanced and advanced pretty stable with little change. On CELT last year, we reclassified above the district and state average with less reclassified the year prior. Our goal is to continue to reach percentages equal to or higher than the state average. Last year was 11%, and the 2013-2014 school year it was 12%. On average, it is documented that 5% of the districts have reclassification rates of 24.5%, with most reclassification happening between 6.2% and 14.5%. Preliminary data shows that our students performed at 51.1% proficiency on the AMOs compared to the district average of 54.7%, with like schools above and below Lathrop. ELD is a major focus for Manteca Unified this school year, and again, a more structured focus for us than in the past as practice and strategies were inconsistent. Program coordinators spend 1 day a week in training, observation, or coaching. In the past, Lathrop has had training in GLAD, Guided Language Acquisition Design, and Structures and Strategies. These strategies have not been implemented consistently, leaving gaps in our instruction within an integrated approach to English language development. Our goal is to increase the use of strategies during integrated ELD to 50% or higher as measured by walkthrough data, as we do have the largest population of English learners with the second highest percentage of English learners in Manteca Unified. Our designated ELD goal is being met this year as we are taking a structured collaborative approach school-wide during what we call ELD 30. During this block, all students are grouped by levels of acquisition and provided individualized lessons related to content that is rich in academic language and vocabulary.
Last year, we targeted primarily our beginner and early intermediate level EL students. We offered a morning tutorial for our 1st through 3rd graders using the Moving into English curriculum. For our 3rd through 8th graders, we used the Rosetta Stone program provided by the district. In addition, we saw a need to add an additional group to our Rosetta Stone, targeting students who were stuck at the intermediate level for 3 or more years. Our Moving into English group saw growth on the CELT test, with 57% of our students moving 1 or more levels. Our first group of Rosetta Stone students was beginning and early intermediates, and we had 22 students enrolled. 12 of those increased to 1 or more levels on the CELT. 6 of those were new to the U.S., and 3 stayed at the same level. Our second group was intermediates for 3 or more years, and we are waiting on the 2015-16 results to determine progress.
Interaction with the 8 mathematical standards showed an increase in observation of 9%, which might have been greater during math instruction. Problem-solving skills, appropriate tools, and attention to precision now top the strategies observed. The questions arise. Were walkthrough data done in similar manner as trained? Was there greater or lesser discussion after the observations? What time were the observations done? What lessons were being taught and how? How do we increase the amount of time each is observed, or are we just missing those times? The plan now is to take the grade span specific data observed and use it to guide further discussion in revisiting action plans to plan new grade level goals and actions for each area within our school-wide goal, utilizing the walkthrough to assess progress and the need for additional professional development. Our next goal falls under the second gear of time and pedagogy and gear 6, which really does relate to our goals under gear 1 for SAMR. Just last week, our teachers were provided direction on accessing Pepper, an online resource to empower all educators to become Common Core specialists using technology for professional development. Our plan has been to treat Pepper as a flipped classroom, where individual grade levels choose a need based on walkthrough data, meet to set goals, implement action, reassess needs and progress, and then repeat the cycle of inquiry. Our tech champs have also been assets to filling our Future Ready toolbox, as both Mrs. Gilmore and Miss Hunter have provided support in OneNote, Kahoot, and class management. Our plan is to give them some release time to address additional needs based on individual or grade level needs. Outside of Pepper, our tech champ support, we asked our teachers what professional development that we have had has been the most effective. What was said was that professional development has been most effective when outside trainers are focused on grade-appropriate material, when what's learned is applicable to the classroom's immediate needs, including new strategies with a variety of perspectives on implementation, when it's done in smaller groups, or there's collaboration across grade levels or with other schools. Some of the professional development we've had has been with GLAD, Structures and Strategies, Kahoot, Great Valley Writing Project, Step Up to Writing, Connect Ed, OneNote, and a lot more. Professional development must be meaningful, ongoing, and open to the learner needs. One such opportunity was with an outside consultant who focused on the Common Core standards and questioning using the revised Bloom's and depth of knowledge. There was emphasis on moving away from the publisher-driven instruction to creating instruction that was standards-driven, based on student need. It also allowed grade levels to focus on building units for teaching writing, with the resources available, as this was a focus for Lathrop, as Lathrop was fortunate in the past to have also been the recipient of an inquiry-based grant that allowed teams to purchase material and do school visitations, workshops, team building, and conferences, such as the California Middle Schools Technology Conference and the California Association of Bilingual Educators Conference. The problem we faced with this type of professional development was with time. It seemed like last year, especially, teachers were always out of the classroom, observing, training, collaborating, assessing, and complaining. Schedules were made, changed, subs were pulled, and hands were thrown in the air. What we did get when time was valuable was what we needed, what our students needed from us as a team. We needed all of the pieces that we were complaining about to be creative, critical thinkers, communicators, problem solvers, and most all, flexible learners. Our students needed that as well. Our teachers needed ownership. Ownership is being observed. Walk into our classrooms. You'll see success walls, success binders, and OneNote success folders for the students' ownership. And you'll see teacher teams focusing on our weekly grade level collaboration, staff meetings, ongoing professional development, and PLCs, which align to our goals. This is part of our continuous improvement and our drive to create an accountable community. Our last focus, under Gear 6, is about self-evaluation to fulfill our professional potential. Teachers shared once again how they are working towards this goal. Enrolling in and participating in district-offered courses, collaborating with fellow teachers, taking online digital classes, subscribing to educational leadership magazines, doing hours of research at home, pre-selecting 10 websites, programs to use in the classroom for the year, trying out new Learn Tech strategies, expanding personal knowledge of resources, and participating in school-level and district-level PLCs. As our road to success is always under construction, my vision is lengthy. But as educators, we need to embrace the idea that education is changing and is no longer meeting the needs of our youth. We need to look at our students as individuals who are part of a larger community of contributors, who are diverse and who can display passion and initiative, who will be prepared for college and careers, service, or the workforce by facilitating a mindset of learning that is both individualized and collaborative. As professionals, we need to be the learners of today so that we can integrate new technologies into a balance of current practices of social and academic needs that are responsive to what lies ahead in every child's future, to ease the transition from what we know today and our experiences from the past to what our children will need to know tomorrow to be able to function in the 21st century and beyond. Every day, our staff leaves Lathrop. I know the work is never done. Much of what is needed is done when we don't see it, after our teachers leave to fulfill their other responsibilities in life as parents, aunts, uncles, friends, coaches, and so on. We're a team building student achievement with many future-ready tools, using one blueprint with multiple architects, but with a common vision on the road to success. What matters most is not us, but them, our students, our future. We are on the road to success, and it's always under construction.